Hmm. Okay, hi. Let me just make sure everything makes sense. Okay. All right. Well, technically, I'm getting a little early, I think. I think it's interesting to be from the time when clocks would go fast or slow because they were analog to now have digital clocks that also go fast or slow. I'm finding that interesting. I don't know if anybody else is, but I think that's an incredibly interesting um, thing to happen. Uh, I hope you have some water with you. So my name is Jani. I'm a spiritual medium. I'm going to attempt to not really use my hands as much as I did the past couple of times, but I want to go over sort of the new format that we started last week. And the format is I'm just going to give what I get, and I'm going to trust that the message will get to who it's supposed to need, who it's supposed to go to, and everything is going to work out just fine. So that's one of the first things I want to say. The second thing is, uh, oh, I should tell, I mean, I'll probably do it a couple of times. So I'm doing a group reading this Wednesday night at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Sal's Italian Restaurant in Tecumseh, Michigan. So if you're free, for sure, try to check that out. And and we have that. And I also have a lot of time this week. My kids are away at camp. So if you have ever been on the fence about getting a reading from me, this is a great week to do it. I guess I usually don't plan that far ahead. So it's on me now and the week is here. So if you have ever thought about, maybe I'm going to do that this time. I kind of wanted to start us tonight about a little bit impermanence. I want to talk about change and holding your own space. So some of the times when we're going through a lot of changes, it's hard for us to hold who we are at the same moment and express our soul as well as holding all the emotions. This week for me, we're still in the huge, aftermath of a pretty big full moon, which gives a lot of attention and a lot of thought to releasing and forgiveness. And if you follow the moon, it was a pretty incredible moon, the full moon on the 8th and the 9th. We always usually feel the full moon a few days before and a few days after, say up to 3 days. So we have a lot of emotions that could be kind of coming to the surface to be released. And sometimes it's really hard when those feelings and thoughts and emotions are coming to the surface and you want to react to them and react to them and react to them, but it almost gets you back in the soul, back in the idea that you're not a soul, that you are more of, this body, this person in this life, which I guarantee you're not. You are not this body. You are not these illusions that are around you. You're much more than that. So it's always a learning process. So if you're finding this learning process a little difficult, that's all right. Just try and notice that you're finding it difficult. There's no way you could do this life thing wrong. So, okay. Hi everybody. It's so nice to have you here. It really is. So I hope you're liking these. I made a definite nice effort to, it's 7 p.m. on Monday, trying to get here on time to make sure I'm doing it. So yeah, it's been an exciting addition into everything else I'm doing. So we'll see how long it lasts. If you guys keep showing up, you keep doing it, I will keep showing up. I will keep doing it. Okay, so I do want to talk about what I have first is I have a stronger female energy. I have a male energy here with me as well, but I also have a strong elderly. She feels like a grandmother that may have just crossed over. So if this isn't for somebody that's on here, understand that this will also be. People can see this pretty much forever. If the message isn't for you, it's going to get to who it needs to be too. So just allow the messages to come through, and if they're not yours, that's all right. You don't have to worry about it. You just allow yourself to have the experience of seeing people receive messages. So I have, this is a grandmother who feels like so wonderful. A grandmother, she's showing me that you used to spend time with her. She's also, she's showing me like a name of an L or something that starts with an L. And I feel like she would just, she's showing me my sign for homemade, a grandmother that like cooked for you and did everything you wanted. They show me like cookies on a cookie sheet. So you spent a lot of time with her. She wants you to know that you're here. She wants you to know that as far as your idea of, okay, the message for you, I'm going to tell you, the message that I'm feeling for you is the grandmother energy that's coming through is like, I'm not sure if the message is for a boy and a girl, or if there's like going to be a brother and sister that this one grandmother's related to, because what she's actually showing me and telling me is the idea that there's something she's showing me within the family that you're very, very hard on yourself. I know that sounds really, but you're harder than everybody else. You're very, very much a perfectionist, and you don't think, well, this is a pretty intense message that you don't trust yourself. There's a lot of not trusting yourself going on, and Grandma's here to like let you know that that's not what she wants for you, and there doesn't have to be faith. Look, I mean, you have to question everything in life. It would be silly not to, because you have a brain. You're here to use it. So use it, and I offer that these experiences of having these live things, the coming to readings, coming to workshops, coming to seminars, coming to mini things, all of these have spiritual experiences. That's where you change your life. So when grandmas come to me and they're like, hey, my grandkid, they're not listening to me. They're not really hearing what I'm trying to tell them. And that's that they got to lighten up on themselves and have a good time. Because a lot of the messages that come through are, you have to lighten up. There needs to be fun in this life. There needs to be this like experience of showing up not only for yourself but for other people. Oh, Kissy, thank you. I see you shared my video. Anybody else wants to share my video? That'd be cool. And this is an arrow. I don't know if any of you have these for your kids, bow and arrows, this Element Learning Express. Yeah, anyway, okay. Hi, Catherine. Gosh, where are you at again? Gosh, are you in Georgia or are you in Texas? I can't remember, Catherine. I remember seeing your name, but I'm so glad you guys could join. Again, so Grandma's saying, lighten up on yourself. This should be about having fun, not necessarily something where you're, it's got to be a lot more fun. I'm feeling like really down to the dumps. So I have a father energy here as well that's coming forward with, okay, that's funny. So I don't know if somebody has a picture, because I'm getting shown a bandana. I'm getting shown like a bandana and almost like jean shorts as a father energy coming through of, it's just somebody who really, thank you, Lori, somebody who really was laid back, total like 70s picture, maybe even leaning back against a car with like the bandana and the jean shorts. Do you guys remember that look? And like the wife beater, like white little tank top. Anyway, this father energy, it also feels like it works for a little bit of a time in a factory. I don't know if it's for a very long time, but they're making me feel like lung issues. I'm like, I want to take deep breaths and then have a harder time like getting them go. So I don't know if that feels more like emphysema for me, but this feels like a harder time with the lung area. So this feels like for a male. This is your father coming through. I don't think that there was a really good goodbye. I don't know if, I'm not really seeing that there was this, like, I didn't get really to say goodbye. And I don't know if they had a hard time breathing, but it's almost like, it feels like there's something with the throat here as well. So just know that your father's there is with you. Call on his energy to help you get through, actually, like, I gotta tell you, this, like, that for this son, I feel like you turned your life around. There was just so much, so much. I think you might. I'm going to say it feels like you were a bit of a. You had some shady people around you, but you overcame that. So there's a lot of kudos from the other side for you. You've done a great job. Very proud of all you've done. So I can see your life like really working, but just allow to call on your Father and allow that presence to the point where you're actually like, if you're having a holiday event or a barbecue or something where you would normally where they would normally be with you, set a spot for them. Okay, so that's one of the things I want to talk about. Does anybody have any questions? Let me say we'll go for about 15-20 minutes. I was just reading, so anybody, any spirit, they know that they can come through and grab me. So I feel like I have a young hang on a second. So I feel like there's a younger energy soul with me, a teenager. I feel like there's a suicide young teenager coming through with. This is a girl, and one of the. So I have a female coming through that that did commit suicide, and it was very much just a surprise for everybody. I'm almost like, I think I tried to stop it, and that's so. Whew. There's a lot of emotions. I think that so whenever I feel an energy or a soul and they're giving me emotions, they're kind of telling me what they were through. So I don't want to say dramatic, but I really took everything seriously as a young female. She's okay. She's also, I'm feeling like the family is having a harder time right now. Somebody else is ill. They're getting ready to cross over. That's my dog. I apologize. Rue. And so that young female energy, she's been passed for a while. So her energy is still with you. It's with the family right now, going to help this next person, and it feels like maternal mother energy going to cross over. So all of those people are lined up to help this transition as much as possible. Make sure you're calling on. This is a young female energy that committed suicide is coming through. And, she's a little sheepish. I don't know, like, she's just sorry. She didn't understand how much pain she was going to cause. And now she understands. And unfortunately, there's some things you just can't take back. So, and that's one of them. Now, with that being said, I just want to talk about suicide for a minute. I think it's a really important subject to talk about. And I want to say, first off, before I talk about this subject, hi to everybody who's here. How many people are here? Oh, nice. It's nice. Hi, everybody. Oh, hey, Cindy. Look at you. Now you're totally in Texas, too. I think, right? Anyway, so suicide is an important... suicide's an important discussion, because a lot of the time when we have... And let me make the distinction. When we have and religion really does have a purpose. It gives people an idea, an outline, guidelines, how to live. It gives people this really, it's really, really important. My dog's going nuts right now, so he's, whenever he feels spirit, he actually goes a little nuts, so that bone is getting thrown around. Okay. Okay, we'll see what happens. This could be fun. But, okay, so suicide is, suicide, when somebody commits suicide, there's a couple things that are going on. One, they're really, really, I know this is it's gonna sound a little bit trite, but they really believe what they're thinking. They believe their thoughts in their heads, and usually I think almost every single argument ever in the whole entire world is predicated on a misunderstanding. So when you have a bunch of misunderstandings, then you have a lot of extremism, which, correct me if I'm wrong, aren't we living in a really polarized extreme world? That's the way I see it. So, but when somebody decides to take their own life, there are some people who believe that this soul doesn't go to the other side, and I really want to take a moment to say that is not true. That has never been my experience. That is never something that I have ever read that said they don't go to the other side. So everybody does go to the other side. Everybody has a chance to go to the other side, and you have free will here. But make no mistake about it. Not only do you have free will here, but you have free will on the other side too. Did you know that I never have control over who shows up at a reading? That's never. It's really who's going to come through, who's going to be the strongest, who wants to get there, who's like been standing in line tapping their toe. Which is funny because I do see a gentleman here standing in line tapping their toe. So I have a grandfather energy that just showed up, and he's a bit dapper. So if you had a grandfather that was definitely, I see getting it into suits for Sunday, and I see really getting, I want to say dolled up. It looked very beautiful. And a dancer, just ready to start dancing. So if you have a grandfather that this fits, make sure that it's for you. So just know that they're on your side. And again, this is when a spirit's showing me about dancing. This is everybody who's on here and anybody who listens to this. This message is for you. This is about you, like getting in the flow of life and trusting. Like it's all when you dance, you don't think about where your right foot's going to land or where your left foot's going to land. You just do it, right? I mean, twerking is a whole nother thing. I mean, I don't even know what that is, but what I'm saying is that you don't have to really process in your mind, okay, right, left here, left foot here, move this way, go back, shimmy. None of that has to happen. That's kind of what life is. It's life. Their other side, when people cross over, they want to help this. They want to help you here. Because now they understand with a much expansive more view of the world of why we're here, exactly why we're here. And they want to help you help you like release on a big soul level. So this is about soul growth here. Okay, so that grandfather energy, the dancer, is really very cute, by the way. Very kind gentleman. He's very, very much a gentleman, showing up very sweetly towards me. Okay, so I guess I just want to say a couple more things. I'm going to be at Sal's this week, and that's this Wednesday, and I'll do it from 6 to 8. If you want to eat prior, you got to go. You got to go in the dining room beforehand. I guess it's too confusing for them to walk in on me reading and walking all over the place. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I'm all over the place. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that video. Share the video. Tell everybody about it. I have, this week my kids are at a camp. So literally I'm looking at my calendar going, I have a lot of time available. And if you have been on the fence about signing up for a reading or doing a group reading, do it because I have time. So just allow your, think about it, digest it, and if it fits for you, you'll call me back. And if not, don't worry about it. So I'm going to try and do this every Monday. So this is Monday, Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. If you're in Newfoundland, it's 9:30 p.m. And if you're in Boulder, it's 5:30 p.m. So I have people all over there. So make sure that you come. Oh, hey, Kim Morrison is here. Hi, Kim. I just saw you. I just saw you sign up. I'm going to be there on Wednesday, and I think that's it. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate you showing up every week. If you have any questions, my phone number, if you want it, I should write it down here, is I will write it in the comments. How about that? My phone number is 720. Do you want to know? I always forget it. It's not like 1-800-CALL-SAM or anything like that.